it's Ninja Harley 7, and we are back with the Stanley Parable. I haven't played this game in like 7 months, so let's get into the video. Then there's never, it's never, there's never. Okay then, Stanley Parable.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard.
Pushed buttons.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
Oh, I accidentally skipped it.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Whoops.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
I forget. I haven't played this game
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
It's a force.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Yeah, except
In
starvation,
here I can be happy
depression.
forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited.
Well, if you're sitting in a room, you're probably going to get
days.
And just
Had
go crazy
years gone
because,
by,
you know.
he no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
No.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Ah. Oh, they restarted the game. What happens if I just begin the game again? That was kind of darker than normal. What the heck? I skipped over like the whole entire office. What? Yeah, like normally there's this office
All
area.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stanley decided to use -300 brain cells and spam begin game again button. Hey, what? Oh. Okay then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
did I
meeting
do?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah yes, missed a memo. I think I missed like an entire freaking earthquake or two tsunami. Not two tsunamis, tsunami
When
or
Stanley
something,
came to a set of
wallpaper.
2 open
That's
doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. Oh, this is actually a problem. Which one's left? Oh, crap. I should really learn that. It's this one, I think. Yeah, for whatever reason, I never bothered really learning left from right that well, so...
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting fired.
Feeling a
Talk
wave
less,
of disbelief,
unbelievably
Stanley
amazing
decided to
work
go
all the
up
time
to his
every day,
boss's office,
with
hoping
no
he
exception
might
of
find an
promotion.
answer there.
Jeez. Pie chart. What do people want? Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things plus money. We have our new product. They sell graphs? Everyone is unique. Wait, what? They're all the exact same height. Charts and slides. Huh? What is hot? Profits. They spelled profits wrong, I think. Color. Stripes, colored in segment. It requires more secondary research. Target demographic teenagers. Oh god, are we selling vape or something? What's this one say? Words I can't read. Room closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
know I can get in there. I've done before. I just don't remember how. Let's see. What to do? There we go.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Freaky
Stanley
boy.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Why does the narrator
But of
know
course,
the PIN number? That
Stanley
means he's
couldn't
the
possibly have known this.
I already forgot it. 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
Where is that
code
going?
by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I want to go down there. Wait, there actually is something down there. Clip glitching. Yay. This game's actually good at not doing that. Let's see. Find a glitch. Find a glitch. Find a glitch. What's this? Oh, those little keyboard buttons. I'm going this way. Can I go over here? I wanted to play the piano. There's like a camera up there, so where does that lead is what I'm wondering. This big hunk of generator, like probably a couple $1,000, maybe, I don't know. Don't have one, so. And it's powering this one work light. Oh my god. Amazing. Why is there a wire here? That's concerning. Well, I guess I'm down here now. Wait, didn't I already get this ending in the last video? Frick. Oh, I'll get the other
deeper
one.
into the building,
Because I wanted
Stanley
to do that.
realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest,
Whee!
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Is this an Unreal
Stanley
game or
walked
is
straight
this
ahead through the
Unity?
large door that read Mind Control
Escape.
Facility.
Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't believe you. What's that
The door
buzzing?
behind
It's
him was
annoying.
not shut.
Oh, it's the lights.
Stanley still had
Oh, it
every
legit is.
opportunity to turn
I
around
can
and get
remember.
back on track.
If I really wanted to, I could turn back. How long
At
is
this
this
point,
stupid hole?
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
What's that red
and
thing?
willingly confront his death.
That's because I have infinite respawns and I don't care. What's that? Oh, jeez. Oh. Sayonara. Wow. Oof. What the heck? Got some portal type boots right there. Can survive anything. Where am I?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
This is a
closer and
garbage
closer to
compressor,
his
isn't it?
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
What if I just
He doesn't
crouch?
know
They
the
can't get me
real
if I'm
story,
crouched.
trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps
This is
his
an
death would
inefficient
be
machine.
loss,
God.
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end
Am
to
I in
his
there?
brief and shallow
It didn't
life.
crush that other one.
Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, jeez. I'm dead. Well, oof. What?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led
Nani?
helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
I'm freaking dead.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated
Actually, it probably
as
took
the
a couple
machine crushed
instances.
every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What's this way? Stupidity. Stanley Parable. Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Okay, there's a wall here. I'll start in the back corner. Because it's a unlit room, so there's nothing I can see. Which is always a perfect place for developers to put little secrets. Oh, I don't hear the wall scuff anymore. That's weird. Okay, back wall. I'm gonna go do that other wall one more time because I wasn't clicking on it, so... I heard something, I thought. Where am I? Okay. Okay, doesn't look like there's any secrets yet. Nothing. Yeah. What a waste of an unlit room. Jesus Christ. Walk at 2 feet per second or whatever. Or 2 feet per minute.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
wow,
death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, that's interesting. The office layout ends right here, but the game goes on. That means something strange. Sudoku. Or not Sudoku, Solitaire. Employee database. Loaded. Please enter your command /print. I typed down my keyboard, but nothing happened except I turned the computer off. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I saw that. Button sounds. None of those are button sounds. Hey, wait a second. Somebody's name's Jesus. Cool. Are these the real credits? Because before I started recording, I watched the credits and I didn't see any of these names on there. But I might just be not paying attention like always, so. The Office. Why am I in here? The weird thing about this game is everything has a meaning. Warzone. Okay, there's definitely a way to find this. That's interesting. I haven't seen all of those before. What's in here? Narrator emails. Are you gay? Gay. Hello. Are those real emails? Honestly, I have no clue because it says iPad and stuff, and you usually can't put that in games. Stanley's office. Wait a sec. Why are these all different versions of my office? I think I played in this one. I'm not sure. Like I said, everything in this game has a meaning, but this might just be a secret area. So, I really have no clue. That's interesting. Wait a second. That's weird. I haven't seen the countdown ending, so I don't know what that is. Stanley Parable. Wait a sec. Something's open over there.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Did the game do that?
Can you see how much they need one another?
Is that my computer
No,
that blocked my
perhaps
screen,
not.
or is that them?
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
What?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push
Countdown.
escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Now.
As long as you move forward,
Rough.
you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true
care.
choice.
Kill me.
Whatever you do, choose
I have
it.
infinite
Don't let
respawns. I can
time
Alt
choose
F4 if
for
you do.
Don't let time choose.
Oops. I'm dead. Wait a sec. I need to get there again, and then I need to quit the game, and then I need to reload. Or it'll quit the game for me. Honestly, I have no idea. Just gonna begin the game again. Good.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
This is new dialogue. What?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
there's no jumping.
but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Very powerful. Oh my god. That time don't look right.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I'm gonna try to do it backwards, because the game don't like that.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the
same
door
way the
on
whole
his
time.
left.
Never mind, I'm just gonna do it backwards.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to go down this time. What's this door? Not somewhere I can go. Yes, definitely not.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
How far can
All
I
because
go in
he
this
believed
11,
everyone
12.
had
Okay,
vanished.
let's see if it's a loop
His
thing.
boss would think he was crazy.
1, 2, before.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no
1, 2,
reason at
before.
all.
Okay.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last,
that painting
he
wasn't
came
there.
to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Okay, so
He
right
just
before the door,
hadn't found
green
the
leaf.
words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Okay, this is a different direction.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally
before the
found an
door,
answer,
green leaf,
an
okay.
explanation.
And there's
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Crazy.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I'm flying.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
That should be a C if
this
it's
was not a
3.
dream.
That's weird.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Oh my god.
Stanley
Yes,
is
you
as
don't have
awake
to take
right
responsibility
now
for
as he's
yourself
ever
if
been
you're
in his
asleep.
life.
There's nothing you
Now,
have to
hearing
do.
the voice
so-
speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my
weird.
job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Push the buttons.
Please.
It's pretty much what
It's
I do
all I
for a
want.
living, so.
I want my apartment and my wife
You have a
and my
wife?
job.
You have a job? You have
All
an
I
apartment?
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
No, you're not.
Everything
You're like
will
2
be
feet
fine.
tall, you midget. Can't even stand in this chair.
I am okay.
You're not okay. You have your eyes closed and you're... What? This is where I left off. Huh? It might have
Stanley
been. I
began
can't
screaming.
remember.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must
Existential
be real.
crisis.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Oh, my brain exploded.
And everything went black.
Whoops. Okay. I know exactly where I am. I can remember that.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Huh? What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Yep.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned.
No, you're not in control. You're staring at a body and not doing anything. You're just, hello there. It's a body. Yes, yes. Then just never loading, then just never. That clock's different, I think.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
something tells me you weren't supposed to do that. Oh, you can open the door. Wait a second. Let's see here. What can I do to screw this game? I was on before, I think. That definitely wasn't there before.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Looks about right. Okay,
wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Everything normal in there. Looks like it. What happens if I skip by this?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either.
I don't care.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Is it 2548
but his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
It's not really that secure, it's only 4 digits.
He stepped into the newly opened
When you're truly secure is when you have a thumbprint locked by an RFID card in a safe that you scan with the QR code thing on your phone, which unlocks the screen to enter a 10-digit passcode. That's when you're truly secure. And then
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What I want to do is I want to go that way and quit, but I also want to just come this way. I know I did this last video. I'm just curious if I can find anything else dumb in here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
Someone
thought to
said something
himself.
about countdown.
Did he have the strength to find out?
if the door starts to open, I'm just gonna begin the game again because I've already seen that. Okay, what am I typing? I'm clicking my mouse, but I hear typing.
Now
I didn't
the
click
monitors
that.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
427.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
There's my office, right? Right there.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them,
right in front.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Dead. Let's see here. Where am I? 427, that's me. Right there, yep, that's my office.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Fire!
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No. Oh, there's a trigger.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Isn't that kind of how, like, certain types of government work?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Okay.
Controls
Mind control
labeled
status
with
offline.
emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Yeah, I don't
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yes, it will,
For
because I'm
he
gonna turn it back on.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So what I want to do is I noticed there's a new console over there. It's not new, at least. I don't think it is. 1, 2. Three. Actually, know where everything is. That should activate that blue console, I think. Because I already know this ending, so if it starts that certain ending, then I'll, just restart. Pretty easy to do. One thing I also noticed was that there's a door right here, so I'm going to check that out real quick. It's interesting. Why is it red? Oh, probably just the red light over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please not close. Yeah, that's not going to close, I think.
And when at last he found the source of the room's... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I'm going
After
here.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
No, I just don't care.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than
I've never
that.
seen this ending before.
I'm afraid
it's
you
cool.
don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
There's no DNA
nuclear
identification.
detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time
I
to
don't
shine.
care.
You are the star.
Tell me.
It's your story now.
I'll just
Shape
restart
it
the
to
game
your
like
heart's
always.
desires.
I don't care.
Oh, this is much
No
better than
joke.
what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
What's over
but
here?
what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me,
Continue not caring.
where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your
3.
co-workers are?
3.
A moment of
Where's 3?
solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Here, I'm guessing press
Of course,
3.
that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
That's purple. Oh, God.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
There's
You
purple.
know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
I don't care.
Look at you, running from button to button, screen
I'll
to
press
screen,
every button.
clicking on
I'm
every
not
little
someone
thing in this
who cares.
room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here
That was
will
a hint.
save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
I'll be out of this room in a
Make
sec.
it count. Or don't.
5.
It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Go, big counter.
And believe me, I will be laughing at
don't
every second of your
care.
inevitable life from the moment we
3,
fade in
2,
until the moment I
1.
say,
Yeah,
happily ever up.
yeet, bye. Oh, it's a bomb. Whoops. Yeah, whoops. Whoops-a-doodle. Well, I found the countdown ending. Well, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Found a couple new endings. Remember to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see, and have a good day.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware.